But my dad is a very poetic person, and he wrote all those words himself, and just to be able to sit with those words and to just feel them brought me closer to my dad in so many ways.
Hi, Jack. Hi, Mercedes.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to talking to you and to let you know that I grew up watching your dad on screen. So thank you so much for the documentary. I'm going to start with you, Mercedes. You are executive producer. How did this idea start to get a documentary about Val Kilmer?
Well, Leo Scott began, my dad's been filming stuff since the 60s. He's like, him and his brothers would make home movies and reenactments and stuff at home. So my dad's been making this movie for 50 years, but it wasn't until he met Leo and Ting that it kind of grew into what it is now. Leo began filming my dad behind the scenes and throughout the creation of his one-man show. And then my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and Leo continued filming him through that pivotal time in his life. And the film just kind of grew out of that, and they realized they had such extensive archive and they had to do something with it.
Yeah. And for you, Jackie, what was it for you like to tell a story about the point of view of your dad? And aside from that, your voice is really good. You should do more voice work.
Thank you so much. It was technically pretty challenging. I've never done voiceover before. And, but my dad is a very poetic person, and he wrote all those words himself, and just to be able to sit with those words and to just feel them brought me closer to my dad in so many ways.
Yeah. Did you guys learn anything that you didn't know from before? Of course, must be any videos that you never watched before, but did you learn anything that you can share with us? You can start with you, Mercedes.
There wasn't things. Our dad is such an open person. There wasn't a lot of facts that I didn't know about his life, but there were things that I hadn't seen. And it's one thing to hear a story, but to actually see my dad in his 20s, to see these moments like that, no one has that kind of archive of their life. Our dad has always been really ahead of the curve. So as his child, it was like very moving. And also literally as an audience member, like it's kind of unprecedented to have that much access to the archives of a public figure. So it was just really cool, like even removing my personal relationship from him, like the movie itself, I think is just incredible to see anyone's life like in such vivid detail going back that long.
Yeah, and for you, Jack?
Well, yeah, just to see, my dad just study acting as a young man was really cool, and obviously to see the behind the scenes footage for all of these movies that made his career, it was such a fun experience. And a lot of the movie is him taking acting very seriously, and a lot of the movie is him just goofing off with other actors, and you just get to see the spirit, the just true spirit come through.
Yeah, I really enjoy watching the documentary. I think it's like a celebrate of his life, and I just want to thank you, Mercedes and Jack, so much for your time, and a lot of success for both of you. And keep that in mind, Jack. Do some voice work.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.